Ed Masry, a lawyer of a small law firm, and Erin Brokovich, former Miss Wichita and now a single mother of 3, constantly find themselves in a fight. The people they are about to help will need Ed's experience and Erin's relentlessness. They lost the first courtroom battle they fought together, but the battle they will win is a fight for the rights and welfare of the citizens of Hinckley, California, and it will change not just their lives but, most importantly, the lives of the hundreds of people they helped. But before Erin went out of her way to help other people, she needed to help herself first. It was 1993 in California, and Erin, with a brace on her neck and thousands of dollars in debt to her name, was suing an ER doctor, claiming that the doctor was speeding in an intersection, causing the accident that hospitalized Erin. Erin Brokovich is an unemployed single mother of 3 children. She does not get any financial support from the kids' fathers. She barely has enough to get by and, as such, has no money to pay hospital bills. Erin believes it was the doctor's fault, and because of that, the doctor should pay for her hospitalization. Her lawyer, Ed Masry, expects to win, but Erin's confrontational courtroom behavior, under cross-examination, loses her the case, and Ed will not return her phone calls afterward. One day, Ed arrives at work to find Erin in the office, apparently working. She says that he told her things would work out, that they did not, and that she needed a job. She asks Ed for a job, which he reluctantly gives her. Erin is given files for a real estate case where the Pacific Gas and Electric Company, PG&E, is offering to purchase the home of Donna Jensen, a resident of Hinckley, California. Erin is surprised to see medical records in a real estate file and visits Donna, who explains that she had kept all her PG&E correspondence together. Donna appreciates PG&E's help. She has had several tumors, and her husband has Hodgkin's lymphoma, but PG&E has always provided a doctor at their own expense. Erin asks why they would do that, and Donna replies, because of the chromium. Erin begins digging into the case and finds evidence that the groundwater in Hinckley is seriously contaminated with carcinogenic hexavalent chromium, while PG&E has been telling Hinckley residents that they use a safer form of chromium. After several days away from the office investigating, she finds her possessions missing from her desk. She is then informed by Brenda, Mr. Masry's secretary, that she has been fired for missing a week of work. Despite protesting that she has been out conducting research, Erin nevertheless leaves defeated. But not for long. Later, Ed visits Erin because he needs the documents she found while investigating. It was supposed to be a simple case. The homeowners wouldn't sell the property for less than what they wanted, and Ed would help them do that. Ed became curious. It came to his attention that the case involved sick patients, who frequented the local hospital, and the mention of the toxic chemical could have potentially poisoned the people in Hinckley. Ed decided it was worth pursuing, and he agreed to hire Erin back with better compensation and benefits. Erin and Ed will get into a fight, despite knowing the odds are stacked against them. It is an essential career-altering battle for both Erin and Ed. If they win the case, Ed will be known as the lawyer from a small law firm who took on a giant and won, and this kind of reputation will get him more clients. But if he loses, the first in his long list of problems will be how to make up for the financial losses the law firm would have sustained. For Erin, winning this case will give her significant work experience, something she has not had before. Winning this case can also cement her career in an industry where she can finally belong. After learning about what happened to the families at Hinckley, about the illnesses that caused suffering, disability, and death to the people here, including young, innocent children, Erin became more committed to her work because she wanted to help people who were just like her once, helpless. She continues her research, and over time, visits many Hinckley residents and gains their trust. Ed and Erin hold a barbecue, to speak to many of the residents and explain to them what PG&E has been trying to get away with, at which point Erin is awkwardly flirted with by one of the men. Erin and Ed find numerous medical problems in Hinckley, and that virtually everyone has been treated by PG&E's doctors, who have led them to believe their issues are unrelated to the safe chromium. The Jensen's claim for compensation ultimately becomes a major class action lawsuit. Unfortunately, Ed explains that all direct evidence is linked solely to PG&E Hinckley, rather than PG&E corporate. Until headquarters can be implicated, PG&E corporate can deny any knowledge of what's happening in Hinckley. Ed and Erin wanted the people of Hinckley to get the justice they deserved. But first, they need to convince many families in the community that they should pursue this, and that this is worth their time and effort. Many families in Hinckley would focus on caring for their sick relatives rather than sit down and entertain a visiting lawyer. Some parents don't want to help Erin and Ed because they have been traumatized by what they have experienced, and they don't want to go back and relive what has happened to them and their children. Knowing that PG&E could slow any settlement for years through delays and appeals, Ed decides to pursue binding arbitration rather than a trial by jury, but PG&E will only agree to arbitration if 90% of the plaintiffs agree. During a town hall meeting with the Hinckley residents, Ed goes over the plan with everyone feeling unsure. At one point, Erin spots the man who flirted with her at the barbecue. She brushes off the man's looks as Ed struggles to explain the virtue of arbitration versus a 10 to 15-year battle in court. Eventually, everyone in attendance agrees, and over the next several days Ed and Erin persuade all 634 plaintiffs to go along. Erin started all these, the first interview with the Jensens, collecting evidence, and putting every clue and proof together. This is her case, and she is determined to see it through, even if it means talking to the citizens again and again and winning them over with her charm, even if it means receiving threats from strangers over the phone, even if it means working while she's sick, and even if it means sacrificing her personal life and romantic interest. Erin's son tells her, he does not appreciate that she brings work at home, and does not have enough time for her children. Her boyfriend, George, also feels ignored because Erin has been so busy at work, and they have no chance to spend quality time together. The final battle is against corporate giant PG&E. The corporate lawyers try to intimidate and shortchange Ed, Erin, and their clients. One night Erin stops at a bar to see one of the residents, when she unexpectedly bumps into the man she's seen at the last two Hinckley events. After some uncomfortable conversation, the man reveals himself to be named Charles Embry, a former PG&E employee who, in his job, was ordered to destroy documents. Erin realizes Charles has been trying to confide in her, and finally hears his story. Charles tells Erin he and his cousin were both employees with PG&E Hinckley. Heartbroken, he tells her his cousin has just died, dying painfully from the poison he interacted with at PG&E. He explains that PG&E tasked him with destroying documents, but, as it turns out, he wasn't a very good employee. These documents will prove that PG&E knew what they were doing, and the threat it posed to the people in the community. This is Charles's contribution to the fight against PG&E. This is his way of helping his fellow Hinckley citizens who have been ill and hospitalized. He also has had to endure the terrible experience of watching loved ones waste away and die at a young age, all because the water they drank contained a lethal chemical ingredient. Embry gives Erin the documents, including a 1966 memo proving corporate headquarters knew the water was contaminated with hexavalent chromium. The judge orders PG&E to pay a settlement amount of $333 million to be distributed among the plaintiffs, $5 million of which goes to the Jensens. It would become the largest class action lawsuit in United States history. When the compensation had been officially divided among recipients, Erin ensured she delivered the good news to the person who helped her uncover a problem that PG&E tried to bury, Donna Jensen. Erin brought George to visit Donna to show George how much he helped her accomplish a very important task that affected the lives of many people. In the aftermath, Ed hands Erin her bonus payment for the case, but warns her he has changed the amount. She begins complaining loudly that she deserves more respect, but is astonished to find that he has paid her $2 million. Ed moved the law firm of Masry and Vidito to a posh location, while Erin got herself a huge office. Masry and Vidito will continue pursuing cases like the one in Hinckley, to ensure affected citizens are compensated by irresponsible and negligent companies. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more moving stories like this one. We would like to know your thoughts about this story in the comments section down below. A like and share are also welcomed. Have a nice day.